Alright, at the right side as the TL Zerg, we do have Liquid Drone. I think he picked Zerg here, he didn't random.
I believe so, but I wasn't paying too much attention. I was too busy getting my own rules wrong. And then in the bottom middle, we do have the green Protoss, Mazur.
Alrighty, PvZ on Medusa. Not my favorite map. You know, the choke is wide-ish, and it's kind of like at a diagonal, which makes walling kind of weird sometimes. And you gotta worry about lurkers hitting you in the backside, getting lurker contained. I hate lurkers, man. I hate lurkers.
The one thing you don't need to worry about, though, is you can't get proxy hatched. But you will.
Well, I mean, you can get proxy hatch contained, you just can't get sunken rushed at your front, I guess. Because Great totally proxy hatched Bisu on this map, and Sunken Lurker Spore contained him in his natural, which was hilarious.
Yeah, that is a good point, and it does remind me of the game from the 2012 TVing OSL where Shine did a similar proxy hatch on Electric Circuit, which is kind of like the love child of Medusa. So you can do some interesting shenanigans on this map, for sure. And you can, of course, in case people don't realize, you'll see that at the temples in each of the bases there are 2 minerals, and that is because you can glitch units through these temples, including workers as well. So, I mean, it's very hard to pull off, like the micro is quite difficult to do. But if you spend at least 5-10 minutes practicing it, you will probably be able to do it. It is kind of inconsistent though, but it does allow you to do some really cool stuff.
Yeah, it's slightly random, but yeah, as you mentioned, there's kind of like a little knack to it. As long as you get that, you can sort it out. Interestingly, Drone going for the 12 hatch again. He did that last game, but that's kind of safe because, you know, Mazur didn't know what race he was. But going for the 12 hatch in ZvP nowadays is not as nearly as common as Overpool because, you know, you don't want to get cannon rushed. You're scared of like the gateway first builds, which we do see Mazur doing here. And in fact, the probe delayed the spawning pool by quite a bit there, if you saw. Drone wanted to put the pool by his geyser, but had to put it on the bottom instead. So this initial Zealot attack could be quite scary to deal with for Drone. He's going to only have drones for a long time.
Yeah, in a weird way though, the new spawning pool position may actually help him a little bit later on, because it does create a little bit of a better funnel for the Zealots to get stuck in. So it all depends on whether or not he can actually survive to the point of using that. The first Zealot is on the way across the map. Is the probe still alive? Yes, the probe is still alive. In case you are newer to the game as well, there is another really cool trick where if a probe hits a drone, then I believe it only takes 2 hits from the Zealot to kill it.
Yep, that's right.
So you can do some really cool combo micro there, which is nice.
Actually, I think the probe might need to hit it twice as well, possibly. So it's 32 damage from side blades, plus 5 from the probe is 37, and so I'm pretty sure the probe actually has to shoot twice as well. But yes, it allows you to 2-shot drones instead of 3-shot.
Yeah, which is kind of important. Mazur building a second pylon at the wall position as well. I guess he'll... Okay, so he's doing the forge at the bottom, which I guess makes sense, but I'm somewhat worried about the very top of his wall. I don't think that's link tight, so we'll need a few extra zealots there. Interestingly, he has moved in with his zealot, but there are so many lings out at the moment. Mazur may have actually overreacted here, I think. Not Mazur, sorry. Drone has overreacted a little bit with all the lings. I mean, he will clear up the zealots, but the other zealots are just going to pull back home, and he's not really going to be able to do too much damage with these afterwards.
The problem for Protoss is when the Zerg does counterattack with the Zerglings, very often their cannons are a little bit late, so the Zerglings can attack on the outside, but we can see here the cannon is already well on the way for Mazur, so that's not going to be the case in this game. So yeah, I think you're right. These Zerglings are really not going to help Drone that much. You're still not able to kill this one Zealot. Nice back and forth control here by Mazur. Really glad to see he's in pretty good shape here. I mean, Drone was putting on a pretty good display earlier today on the ESL Weekly, and yet Mazur is showing some pretty solid PvC skills. I mean, he definitely had some very solid PvZ back in the day when I was casting him. Some very entertaining PvZ as well, so very, very cool stuff. Oh, Overlord!
Oh, the Overlord just escaped, so that's nice. That Zealot finally goes down. Mazur was doing a really good job just distracting every single one of the lings. I think Drone wasn't actually microing that very well. It seemed he just had them all selected to attack the attack the Zealot there rather than trying to manually micro them, so I'm not entirely sure why he chose to do that. But I get the feeling he could have killed the Zealot a lot earlier. I mean, the good thing is he didn't take any damage, didn't actually lose any links to that either. And now he does have an insane amount of map control. But we do see that cool Zealot in the top of the map just checking for a hidden third hatch as well, so...
Yeah, and nice, very safe wall here by Mazur. He's now got 4 Zealots, gonna be completely fine. His +1 is already started. Could be going for some kind of Corsair speed lot shenanigans. Drone, by the way, went for a 4th hatchery before his lair. Could be going like 5 hatch Hydra, no lair, or before lair. Which seems to be a popular strategy today, although that might be because he keeps doing it and I keep casting his games.
It is very possible as well that Hydra Buster do really well here. It's kind of hard, especially with the wall that Drone has made, to build a decent amount of cannons. I don't think there's that much space near the front. So the Hydras can actually do quite a decent amount of damage, even killing the Forge. I don't think he'll be able to get +1 in time though, if he does in fact go for that. That's going to finish long before he gets over there. The Hydralisk Den only now just popping, and there we do see the lair popping up there as well.
Yeah, the Zealot gets a complete scout though for Mazur. Really, really nice. Just, I mean, you know, the Zealot, even if it doesn't kill anything anymore, just getting this scout off is absolutely fantastic. He knows exactly what the Zerg is doing. He knows the lair is late. He's actually skipped Stargate here. He's not afraid of Mutas at all. Going straight for the Citadel, going straight for 2 extra gateways. I'm not a huge fan of this Citadel position. It's kind of easy for Overlord to come in and see it. Actually, there's an Overlord chilling behind his main here. So yeah, no
that's
real
actually
attempts
the one
to hide
that
this.
nearly died to the cannon as well. So that's actually back up to 70 health again, and it's going to get a really good scout off knowing that, or he'll see that the Stargate is in fact incredibly delayed, and this may prompt him once, I think the Zealot's been cleaned up now, and this may even prompt him to go into Spire, foregoing the Hydralisk that he was maybe planning.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to know what's going on. The main thing is, how well does he defend against the speed lot attack coming in, because this build is basically a super aggressive +1 speed lot attack, you know, no Corsairs. Now, the good thing for Drone is instead of taking a separate third base, he took the one in his own main, which means he only has a single point to defend this natural expansion. Obviously, Zealots are not going to break down the back temples. He can only attack from the front, so Drone just needs a single SimCity to defend the Zealots, and that, I think, makes this strategy from Mazur quite weak, to be honest. I'm a little bit surprised that he's gone for this in this situation.
Yeah, kind of interesting. One thing that Drone's also doing is he's got his 3rd hatchery out the front as well. So he's going to be able to SimCity pretty well. There's going to be a few funnels that he can funnel the Zealots in. It looks like the Zealots are going to finally move across the map, adding an extra cannon behind just to stop any possible encounter attacks. But one thing I would like to point out, look at Drone's map vision. Yeah. Look how much vision he has over absolutely everything right now. He's got Lings pretty much stationed at every single base he can get to, and he does in fact see the Zealots moving out as soon as they leave, so he should be fine against this. Actually opting to add a Sunken as well to help against the defense. He's going to need to be careful that they don't run straight into his main though.
Wait, I totally lost control of my mouse here. Stop! Alright, wait, I'm back. Sorry guys, I'm trying to click everywhere. It looks like the Zealots are running in. They thought they were going to go for a run by, but they're actually engaging the Hydras a little bit.
And now they're running away. Oh, now they're running in even. There's only 2 Hydras in the main. There's no actual other defense, but are we going to see this choke being used? It doesn't look like he managed to block with the drones. Going to pull the drone, try and bug out the Zealots a little bit. But here we go. Here's that funnel coming in from the start of the game. And there's actually using the Hydralisk in there as a really nice bit of SimCity as well. These Zealots aren't really going to be able to do anything. They've killed a bunch of Hydralisks, but not really anything else. And now he leaves himself very vulnerable to a counterattack. But of course, as he did skip the Stargate, the Templar tech is already up, and he should have Storm very shortly.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice by Mazur to just go for that. It looked like it might do something because he had a ton of Zealots, but at the end of the day, Drone doing some pretty good control there, microing it down. Now the thing is, Mazur getting this free expansion behind his base means the pressure's kind of on Drone to either do some kind of big counterattack or expand himself, and I don't think a counterattack's going to work with 4 High Templar and additional cannons making at the front. So we could just see this swing right back in Mazur's favor if Drone suicides into this front.
Yeah, the good thing is he does have that Overlord still that's just scouted absolutely everything so far this game, now has speed, does see everything going on at the natural. He should know that he's not really going to be able to go into here. One thing I nearly pointed out was that Drone's drone count looked incredibly low, but then as I noticed, he must have pulled every single drone over to the natural, because suddenly there was a huge amount of drones that just went back to his first and third bases. But it looks like he may actually go in with this counterattack. He's definitely setting himself up to contain at least for the time being.
Yeah, I really wonder how far along the lurker research is. I'm sure he is getting it in his Hydra Den, and yeah, it gives him a nice double opportunity for attack, either for a contain or for a break in the back door. We do see the cannon making in the back door. Man, Drone really keeping his money low.
Mazur is really prepared for this. He must have at least some experience on this map from previously, because just building this one cannon there is such a clever move. It gives you vision over the top half of the temple, and you'll be able to see if it's going down as well. The one weird thing about the way the temples work on this with lurkers is it would appear that the splash damage actually does less damage to the temples than the main damage does, because you have to retarget with lurkers a good number of times to actually kill all the temples, whereas with tank, you just attack once and eventually they get through them all.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't really know how that works. Damn, I was gonna say something else. I completely lost my train of thought now. I was too busy still admiring all that vision that Drone has, as you mentioned before. Oh yes, this cannon behind the main minerals also, I find it quite cute. You know, just to prevent the classic couple of lurkers on the high ground behind the main. As you said, definitely shows Mazur's experience here. Drone looks like he actually lost an overload somewhere, getting a bit supply block. He's poking around with his Hydras, not really able to do too much. I mean, I'm a bit surprised he hasn't like double expanded or this
Wow,
base.
he's gonna get 2 Dragoons absolutely for free. That's a good trade for him, not even losing anything. Oh, and now he does. He's not pulling them back quick enough, and they're just being completely minced by the Zealots there.
And looks like we're breaking out. We're busting out of the base, boys. Take down that gateway. Here we go. All right, move out time for Mazur. I'm a little bit surprised the Drone is expanding towards the Protoss. It's very easy for him to get dropped here and harassed, but hey, there you go. And he is actually double expanding, as I thought he probably should, but it feels late to me. Definitely feels late. Now he's gonna have to deal with a pretty strong Protoss army coming at him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, going up to, well no, 8 gateways actually, because he killed that one. By the way, there is a lot of space in your main on this map. It's quite nice.
There is, especially in the bottom position. The building, like the way you can fit your buildings in the bottom main is so much better than pretty much. It's not too bad on the right spawn as well, but the top spawn's a bit awkward to build your buildings sometimes. But we do finally see the lurkers done. Actually gets a handful of zealots though. Well, I say a handful, only actually kills 1.
Oh, big drop!
Oh,
huge drop in the main base. Drone busting out his drops. He showed this earlier at the ESL Weekly, killing a lot of the probes in the main mineral line. It looks like, oh my god, more Hydras killing the probes in the back. While the Protoss army was distracted at the front, he went in the back door, killing stuff. Oh, the storm on the probes!
Army as well.
Oh my god, engagement at the front. He actually killed like 4 of his own probes with a storm on the Hydras in the back. And Mazur actually suddenly scrambling to try and figure out what's going on. Meanwhile though, there is a shuttle going in to Drone's natural. What's in it? There's not that many drones here. Is it going to be a storm drop? It looks like it is.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, really nice storm there, killing about 8 lings, I think. 9, drones. He actually kills 9 drones there, killing an 11th drone as well as he flies away. And did he see this 4th base as well? But this was actually a really clever 4th base location for him. Knowing that he would be going for the drops, it gives him a really nice staging point to actually just load up and go straight in. And there's still not really that much defense in Mazur's main. Most of his units are actually out in the middle of the map. I'm not entirely sure why he'd do this when he knows that Drone is very likely to drop him again. But it looks like the pressure is going to make Drone turn around and head back up with his main army.
Drone is down like 40-something supply, and here we go. We're going to have an engagement, but I feel like the Protoss army should be stronger, but it looks like Mazur is on the retreat. He's actually only got 2 High Templar, but this High Templar has at least 2 storms on it. There's 1 storm. Nicely dodged, though. I think the Zealots... Oh my god, another good storm on those Hydras, but it looks like he's going to lose his High Templar now. He's run out of storms, but his Zealots and Dragoons might be able to take it. Looks like Drone morphing some Lurker eggs at the front, and both players going to walk away from this taking severe damage.
Yeah, Mazur lost actually most of his tech units. They're only saving 1 of the Templar and his 2 Archons, so The Archons probably scale better into the late game, but Templar are obviously incredibly important. Losing the Zealots and Dragoons, not too important. He does have about 9 gateways now, I think, actually. There's 5 gateways there, 8 gateways, so that's not too bad for him. He's going to be able to remax pretty quickly. When I say remax, I don't think he's actually got to max yet. It's been such a scrappy game. I mean, PvZ is always filled with so many engagements.
Yeah, I don't see the shuttle on the map anymore. It appears to have died somehow, but I don't actually see what happened. So, no idea where that went, if it was just sniped off or if it got another storm drop or something. And we do finally see the temples being broken down here at the back of the Protoss base. Still a pretty nice supply lead for Mazur, but Protoss is usually expected to have a supply lead in this case. And also Mazur committing a small handful of units to the defense at the back there, just in case there's any more drops coming in. So, you know, not all of his supply and army is going to be at the front here.
Oh, he's coming in from above, but he needs to be careful. He might lose those 2 lurkers if Mazur goes over there, but he's going to have to fall back. There's only pure Hydralisk against this pretty high-tech army from Mazur as well. Mazur needs to look at getting a 4th base soon, though. His main is nearly mined out.
Yeah, that is the problem here. It looks like, oh, there could be a big fight over whether Protoss can take this 9 o'clock expansion. Second probe is coming in. I think the first one got sniped. Going to go in here. There is one Zergling that can actually deny this a little bit longer. Meanwhile, Drone is sending out a lot of Hydra lurks to try and defend this. It's actually mostly just Hydras. Probably could do with a few extra lurkers in here, although you can see they can't afford it. And here we go. Here's a big engagement. Big storm.
A huge storm.
Oh, God.
And one thing to note as well, Mazur actually has 3-1 on his units with just the 1 attack for the Hydralisks. So the upgrade advantage severely in favor of the Protoss right now, and he's luring him onto the bridge. If he runs onto this bridge, there's going to be a huge storm. And it looks like, well, some of the Hydralisks are a little bit confused, dancing around, but the others do manage to pull back. And Mazur's army actually finds itself trapped at the end of this bridge. Using it as bait is now going to actually be a problem for him. So he needs to be very careful. Looks like the Hydralisks are going to go in, though. Is there enough for storm? There's actually enough for 3 storms there, I think, or 2 storms.
Yeah.
But,
no way.
Not really wanting to commit.
No way Drone can actually do it. He's trying to be cute here and just micro down a couple of Hydras. Meanwhile, Mazur doing a very good job making sure no way for the Zerg army to come in the back door either. But Drone got 2 bases while this was happening, right? He got the bottom right and the top right bases.
And so he's taking the top middle now as well. He's taking that other natural, so he's in an incredible position. He's going to be able to remax insanely fast. The only thing that he's missing at the moment is a bank. So he can't really afford to lose his army just yet. He needs to get his economy going a little bit better, but this time not wanting to lose anything to storm drops. Is actually leaving some Hydralisks at each base as well, just to defend. But we see a huge drop going down to the bottom of the map. I think that's going to go in for that 3rd base. I can't tell if there's any units in there, but there definitely is. He's going in, or is he going to fake it and go straight for the front? All the units that were defending the 3rd base are actually moving down to attack. So he's in a really bad position here. He's not going to be able to defend.
Oh man, here comes the drop. One Overlord actually gets picked off straight away. Probably still had some units in it, but the rest of them are going to drop all over the 3rd base. As you said, the main Protoss army is still at the 9 o'clock. It's not even moving. There was, I think, an attack. Looks like a Zealot attack down at the bottom left base, but that did almost nothing there. It gets taken down by the Hydras, and I think this Nexus at least is going to fall. All he has to do is right-click at a few units coming in to try and defend. The main Protoss army is still just camping the 9 o'clock base here. He's just going to use reinforcements. The Nexus does fall, and he's going to pick off the rest of the Hydras. He might lose a couple of High Templars here. He's going to lose a couple of High Templars. That High Templar tried to cast a storm, but got sniped out. Nice micro here from Drone, being super cute even in these later game engagements. And Mazur is now mined out main, natural, and has no mineral-only base anymore. He only has that 9 o'clock, and now there's a lurker drop there, but interestingly, no probes have been transferred there yet.
Yeah, the other thing is, I think he's actually camping this 9 o'clock base, because when you look at his vision, you can't actually see the other side. He doesn't have an observer over there, so for all he knows, there's a huge Zerg force just waiting for it to come out. But he did send a shuttle up to the top middle base. He's got 4 Zealots there, wailing down on this hatchery. And he's going to have to be careful, though. I don't even think he can realistically transfer any of his probes, either. His army is just sort of stuck in his main and his natural and his 9 o'clock base. Drone having supreme map control right now.
Wow, he's gonna use the shuttle to transfer the probes because he has no map control, so he can't walk them, as you said. He's actually just gonna airlift them over to his new base. Meanwhile, though, looks like we had a DT drop over at the bottom left. There's no Overlord here, so the DTs could do a lot of damage. There are Hydras, but these DTs could be amazing. There is one Overlord coming in right now.
He's focusing the hatchery.
Oh man, I think he should have just attacked the Hydras. I think he could have killed the Hydras. Nice drone drill though from Drone. Look at that drone drill. Beautiful.
Yeah, he just focused that hatchery entirely. The interesting thing about the Zealot attack you mentioned previously, when Drone did that massive drop, that was actually the defending units from the third base. So he sort of put himself in a bad position. There is another drop, I believe. Yeah, another shuttle goes in. Another 2 Zealots. One of them actually stuck, but one does run up to the Hydralist. He's going to find himself in a very bad position, but he is on 3-2 upgrades now against just 2 attacks, so no carapace upgrades coming up for Drone here, actually.
And the probes finally being transferred over to the 9 o'clock, but Drone now firmly in control. Look at this, even supplies. That's not what you want to see happen. And a big drop being loaded up again. Well, I say big, but I don't see. Oh no, here's more overlords. A lot of overlords in the middle. Where's he gonna go? Is he gonna go for 9 o'clock? He could actually just contain the Protoss army in the 9 o'clock and send the rest of his army into the Protoss main. There is a lot of Protoss army still in the main base though. Any kind of big drop could get cleared out. That could be what Mazur needs right now to come back, and he's done some good harassment as well, because Drone is mined out at his main and his mineral only as well. It's like just transferring some drones down. So very intense game. Looks like, oh man, he's just setting up the insane lurker contain. Look at this lurker contain.
Yeah, this is going to be so hard for him to break. There's so many overlords here as well that it's going to be near impossible to get an observer to spot. It looks like he's going to load up some more of his army and go up to that 12 o'clock position. Looks like Drone is finally going to try and retake those 2 bases. He didn't. Oh, could we? Is that an overlord with a drop in it? I wonder. No, he's going to pull it back. But he does see these 4 Zealots. Is he going to react in time though? It's going to take a while for his Hydras and Lurkers to waddle up there. So I think he's going to have to. Oh man, is he going to be really cool and load up this drone? No, he isn't. He's not going to go build the hatchery. Just like pick up the. Oh, there we go. He cancels. I was going to say just pick up the drone and the overlord, and then the Zealots just stood there. We can't do anything right now.
Yeah, the Zealots actually just ran by, although one of them did go back. And actually, it looks like, wait, okay, I think it's a rally point error. There is one Sunken there. I think the Sunken can deal with these 3 Zealots if the drones maybe drill a little bit, although they are 3-2-1 Zealots here. Very, very well upgraded. And it looks like he might just be going after the drones. Yeah, it looks like he's just going to shift-click a bunch of drones. Meanwhile, double drop going down at the bottom left at the same time. There are a few Hydras there, but the Observer, I think, does see them. Yes, it does. So he's going to try and find a little opening here. And here we go, the double drop, double storm drop. He's going to storm himself, though. He's got to be careful.
That storm took off the shields of 2 of the Zealots there, but he's going to be able to clear up these Hydralists. I think he's going to be able to break down this base. There's just no defense here whatsoever.
Wow. Easy money. Taking down that hatchery for free with the double shuttle. And remember, Drone doesn't have that much money coming in. He's just got his natural right now and the top left base. And Mazur is mining from the 9 o'clock now, and he's still got a few minerals left in his mineral only. So it's actually kind of, both players are maxed, but they have relatively low income at the same time, which is a very interesting situation.
Look in between the 12 and 1 o'clock bases though. There's so many queens. Just so many queens there.
What the?
What's he gonna do with these? Is he gonna broodling all the high-tech units? Because you can certainly do that, and without feedback, there's not really any anti-air that can deal with this. There's no Corsairs anymore. There are a few Dragoons, but it's just not going to be enough. And these Archons are never going to get in range to do anything. And he's hit them in a really nice place where he knows there's not going to be an Observer. There is an Observer actually over in the... Oh, there's another DT in the top right base as well, killing all of the drones. Up to 15 kills now.
Oh
and there's no reaction.
Wow, Kix, you are just seeing everything. I'm so glad you're here obsing in this game. You're on the ball. 18 kills on this Dark Templar. Gonna take down so much here. But the Queens have already parasited one of the Archons. That's super annoying too, because you want the Archon with your army as well. So Drone not only is going to be able to broodling stuff, but the Queens will be able to use Parasite to keep track of exactly where the Protoss army is.
And ensnare. But the trouble is he's actually shown off a Queen. So the element of surprise is gone. That DT will have seen the Queen now. Interesting that he chose not to try and hide it. Oh, I guess he saw them when they parasited his unit anyway, so it's all good. Well, they're trying to take this bottom middle base again. I'd prefer him to actually take that other main.
Sorry, Mazur just completely whiffed a storm on the Lurker container. He just like shot it in between 2 Lurkers and didn't kill anything. But he's moving out now. We're busting through. Where are the Queens? We need the Queens right now. And looks like grabs one lurker.
Oh, he just broodling like pretty much every unit defending the 9 o'clock base.
Oh,
there's only
my
2
God.
Archons left there now, and so many Hydralisks pumping in. He's gonna lose all those lurkers at the front, but not without killing a lot of units in first. Another good storm actually goes down on 2 of the lurkers there. Even storming the overlords, but I think he's gonna lose this 9 o'clock base. And with it, I believe his chances in this game are gone.
Oh man, 9 o'clock base going down. Mazur still unable to leave his main base with his army, and all the probes are just being obliterated here. Oh man, what happened to I think the DT that was at the top right died already, right? Okay, it's just an obs just chilling in the back. It looks like more broodlings coming in from...
Broodling. Oh man, he just broodling 2 High Templars, 3 High Templars, all the storm. He needs that so badly to survive.
Wow. Oh, he's breaking out though. He's actually breaking out. Mazur's breaking out. He's down like 50 supply, but he's got 6 Archons with this army. He is breaking out.
As well, so they're just gonna be so beefy right now. Oh, a huge storm on all the Hydralisks as well. He has surprisingly a large amount of minerals as well. Where he's been building so many Archons and High Templar, his mineral count has got to an insane amount. So he can actually rebuild. And this is such a strong Protoss army as well, moving across. He's going to be able to get some of these Queens as well with just the Archons and Dragoons. No reaction pulling them back.
Wait, Mazur's not going to win this game, is he? There's no way. Oh my god, Mazur, are you actually going to win this game? He's going in, the drones are evacuated, a bunch of lurkers morphing at the top left, but this hatchery is going to fall. Drone is going to be on low eco, but the army split.
Huge storm.
Oh man,
so
great
many storms on these Hydras. I think Mazur could pull this back.
Oh man, he's doing it. He's doing it. He's doing it. He's abusing the Protoss OP. Drone perhaps regretting spending so much money on all those queens, although they did do a good job of helping him bust open the 9 o'clock. And we are lagging like crazy. The game cannot take the awesomeness that is all of these queens. Oh my god.
Looks like drones just got enough to push back the Protoss army. There's not too many storms left. I think that's his last storm. Oh no, he does have one more. In one of the... Oh, drone needs to be careful. His bank is non-existent. He's only on 120 supply and only mining off of 2 bases again. He's got very few drones at either of them as well. I think they're pretty well saturated, but he can't really take another base. But he's about to lose this 6 o'clock base, so I don't think he's going to be able to save it. Another huge storm as well.
Oh my god, the massive storms. No storm dodging. Drone is now behind in supply. Drone went from being up 50 supply to being below Mazur in supply for the first time in a very long time. Mazur is broke. Drone is effectively broke. Who is actually going to win this game?
He picked up all his drones from that base with the Overlords, I think. He's just moved them over to his natural. I'm seeing if they're going to drop down. He's actually ferrying them up to the top right base. Saving all of his drones there. Good choice by him. Oh wow, Mazur's actually going to go take that base he's just killed as well, but the queens do come in. They're broodlinging everything again.
Oh my god, more broodlings. A couple of queens do fall here. Mazur can't really afford it. He's broodlinging dragoons as well. It's not the worst idea. Dragoons are pretty expensive. They're pretty good.
Oh, but is there any storm left? There's still at least 1 storm and another 3 High Templar coming in behind. He's going to find himself stuck in his own natural, and this is going to be such a bad position for him to be in when the storms start raining down.
Oh my god, Mazur is doing it. He's busting into the Zerg natural. He's completely all in. I think he's distance mining from the Zerg's base. He's actually distance mining from the Zerg's base, but look at the storms killing everything that Drone has. Drone is trying to use his queens, but he's down to 80 supply. Queens are suiciding. They're flying over all of the Dragoons. The queens are suiciding. Lurkers coming in from the back. They were protecting the fresh expansion of Drone, but look at how many Dragoons are here. Look at all the Dragoons.
And there's also observers as well.
Oh my god.
I think Mazur's done it.
How the heck did Mazur win this game with the mass drops, with the perseverance here? Drone, I think, you know, he tried to, I was going to say he needed to expand more, but he tried and kept getting harassed down, right?
Yep, and look at the top base. Look how many drones are there right now. He did, in fact, save all of his drones and move them up there. But it's just not going to save him. He has no tech anymore. He doesn't have the 12 o'clock base. He's mining off of one base. He's trying to re-add the Hydralisk Den in the top middle base, but he doesn't even have a bank, so he can't really rebuild his army, and he's going to lose his hive.
Main base is gone. Looks like a few Hydras have found the distance mining probes. They're all just going to kind of panic and just chill out for a bit. So Drone is actually stopping the distance mining that Mazur is doing, but he has nothing to deal with his army. Now maybe he can set up some kind of Sunken Lurker Spore defense at this last remaining base and just outweight Mazur by just broodlinging every now and then, I guess, maybe?
It is such a long walk path to go from the main base to that top right base as well, so he does have enough time to set up a defense. And Mazur isn't realistically going to be able to be re-max here. I think he lost the majority of his probes trying to distance mine, and he does in fact actually come back and clean up these Hydralisks. He's barely mining. There's about 20 probes on his nat gas, so they're going to move over and start distance mining again. And now the creep has finally been cleared up. He can actually add a Nexus there. He doesn't have enough money for a Nexus either, funnily enough.
Oh man, and it looks like, well, he's got to wait for 40 more minerals. He's not even building anything. There's nothing he can cancel. So yeah, looks like now Mazur is moving in. His army is his army split? He's left all of his dragoons at the bottom and is moving in with just the Archons and Zealots. I think this is actually a mistake, and there is a lurker defense here. I think there's an admin situation that requires your attention or something. I think Awakas is having problems finding his opponent, and somebody else just messaged me too, Kix. I don't know if it says anywhere that you're the admin.
Yeah, it should say that, because I say in the rules like message me, but maybe they don't know I stopped the tournament. Either way, if Iwekas is watching either stream, as I said before, man, if you can't find your opponent and you've waited a long time, just give yourself the walkover, because you actually got a walkover in round 1 as well. So
I see. Alright, man, these units have so many kills each. Just being so efficient. This is like, you know, the A team, the Protoss A team here, just trying to win the game. The Nexus is constructed.
He's on 3-3-1 upgrades, but he's slowly losing units to Queen Parasite, not Parasite, to Broodling. And there's a Parasite on pretty much every one of the Archons, so if you look at the Drone's vision, he can see the army movement, so he knows where he needs to defend.
Wait,
and Drone, look at where Drone is taking his another base. It's the mineral only, and also the top middle, but no one will ever go and check that mineral only. There's no reason to.
It's a Hydra drop at the new base.
Oh, but there's actually units defending, so these Hydralisks need to get out. He needs to get back in the Overlord and run away. Oh, a storm! He stormed his own zealots!
Oh my god, and he sent the Dragoons. He forced a cancel on this base. He's got to be careful. Oh, man, I can't believe he can just run around with 5 Dragoons and not get punished, because Drone doesn't have enough units. There's a big Umboro though. Drone wants to fight. He wants to go. Where is he going?
He's going to the south. I think he's going to try. Apparently, okay, is Iweka's. I really hope Iweka's opponent isn't GMC.
That would be pretty funny. Alright, hold on. Wait, we got a big storm?
Oh, storm.
Where's the obs, though? Wait, where's
he doesn't have an obs here.
Oh my god,
there's so many around the map, but there's no obs right here, and he's moving into the base of the bottom.
This base might die! Okay. Oh, there's an obs! But he has no units! He does a big storm! Does he have enough to actually kill this? Oh my god, oh, he's got a second storm, and Drone loses his whole army for nothing. Oh my god. He actually loads up to run away, but he's gonna lose the Overlord.
Yeah, there is that one lurker though, kind of trapping the units in there.
Wait.
Oh, is that gonna get away, or is that gonna die as well? I can't believe these Protoss units are on 3-3-1 upgrades. I think one of the biggest stories in this game is Drone was just a little bit too lax with his upgrades. It looks like the Dragoon did actually find that top left base, so he's gonna he's gonna send an Archon up there. That Archon has proved its weight in gold. It's on 15 kills. He knows where it is as well. He's got it parasited, but he just can't defend.
He's using his parasited units to go and scout. The Dragoon was also parasited. He doesn't want to keep the parasited units with his main army, so he's just sending them on suicide missions. And oh no! Oh no! The Hydras were in the Overlord, and the Overlord got killed by the Archon. What is this madness?
Oh, another Queen moves in at the bottom. He's trying to Broodling as many units as he can. There's only 3 units in the immediate vicinity, losing all of his Dragoons right now. These Queens are worth their weight in gold.
The Broodlings are actually living! I can't believe it.
Oh my god, the Broodlings are killing probes as well.
What is this game?
Oh, he's hit so. Oh my god, he needs to pull the Queens back though.
Ensnared! Oh, because the Hydras are coming down, that's why he ensnared. Because his Hydras are coming down. Is there High Templar energy?
Oh
There's 2 storms on his head. High Templar, he needs to dodge. He snipes it. He snipes the High Templar. Is he gonna fight? He's trapped. Oh my god, Kix. What is happening? Kix.
Oh my god, a Lurker there as well. The Archon goes down. There's only one
There's a
Archon
Dark
left in
Archon! He's gonna feed back Queens with this Dark Archon, but he needs it to not die. He's got a Dark Archon to feed back the Queens so they don't have energy anymore.
Oh
my
man,
god.
he's gonna have to get past 2 Lurkers to get there though.
And the Observer sees the top left.
Yeah, the observers there. The Archon does actually kill that top left base as well. It's now on 20 kills up there, parasited. The crazy thing is here though, Mazur's army is stuck in his 6 o'clock base.
There's a DT here. The DT's killing everything. He feedbacks. He used feedback on both of the Queens, Kicks. He used feedback on both of the Queens. They have no energy. He could not. Broodling, and there was no detection, so the DTs killed all of the Hydras. The only problem is the Observer is on the bottom.
Has he got units in there? He's got a Lurker, but there's a cannon there. Oh no, the Lurker's just gonna die immediately.
Oh.
But he does get a large amount of probes there, I think, but luckily enough, Mazur actually pulled away most of them. Somehow Drone is still sending more units down. There's now... Oh, and he's got his Overlord there now as well, so he can deal with the DTs, but there's just so many units.
Overlord!
Are the Queens still here? Did the... Yeah,
oh
the
my
Queens
god.
are still in the same place.
Drone mined out the top left. Now he's got to migrate all his drones to the other new expansion. He's just like a nomadic Zerg here, finding minerals where he can.
The crazy thing is, though, I almost feel like if Drone had just left all his Lurkers outside of the base and didn't actually push in even, he could have set up a new Lurker contain, and we would have gone back 20 minutes in the game. And he's sending all his Hydras. All he needs to do is trap the units of Protoss in the bottom right base there in the 5 o'clock position. And then Mazur's going to have a hard time. He's sending 2 Zealots, though. 2 Zealots are moving up on the left. I don't know if Drone's sniffed this out, but he's sending all of his units back now. And here comes the Archon. The Archon on 20 kills. All those drones are going to be so badly stacked.
No!
Oh my god, this could be so bad.
Oh wait, he's fighting the Hydras, though.
Okay, that Hero Archon does go down after getting 24 kills.
Oh my god.
The game is somewhat stabilized again. The supplies have been so close this entire time.
Stabilized. Oh my, I can't believe that word is being applied to this game.
There's just so many Hydralisks. He can't afford Lurkers, but if he could just get some Lurkers and snipe the Observer, he'd be in such a good position. Looks like a few of the Queens got feedback, but no they didn't.
Wait, there's no High Templar left here. He can actually break this with Hydras. There's no High Templars here.
It's there! Its Snare went down again as well, so... Oh, he's going to Broodling the last remaining units. I think this could be the death blow.
Oh my god.
Sorry, for Mazur even.
Mazur is losing his last base. Drone's gonna do it. He's breaking through. There was no High Templar left. The Dark Archon is down. The probes are all dying. Where's the army? There's the army. He's countering.
An army just behind. Yeah, he's going to try and counter. There's no defense up here, but he's not going to be able to deal with this many Hydras. For some reason, okay, Drone is going to leave some Hydras to clear out the probes. I thought he was going to leave the base alive. I was going to say that would be absolutely insane. Looks like some of these drones are going to see these units moving up. The Archon and the Zealots actually turn away. There is a Zealot in the mineral line of Drone at the moment.
Oh my god, the drones do nothing though because the Zealots have 4 armor right now. He's going after the hatchery. Some of his units are going after the hatchery. Some are going after the dude. Where's the Broodling at? Broodling on the High Templar, absolutely critical. No Storm left to deal with anything. He's actually morphing his last High Templar into a Lurker. He's ensnared. the units so they can't chase down the drones, but there's only 2 drones left. We're at almost just less than 50 supply now from the players.
There's no observer up here, and there's a lurker. The lurker isn't going to get a burrow, though, I don't think. I think this is
They
the
can't
end for
run!
sure.
They can't run from the Hydras because they're ensnared, but they killed the lurker.
Oh, and Drone actually picked up his... one thing I've noticed is Drone has kept an overlord by each of his mineral lines. It doesn't just help him with detection. He actually picks up his drones in the overlord so they don't die to zealots.
Yep.
That is so clever.
Oh man, but he's got more DTs and zealots running in here now. He could potentially snipe the hatchery. He's gonna sandwich the Hydras. It's the Protoss sandwich, but there's the ensnare. Look at the ensnare. He can micro so well against the ensnared melee units of the Protoss. Drone is a genius, but again, as you said before, he's way behind on the upgrade, so the Protoss army is actually doing a good job. Mazur is killing so many Hydras. He might win the engagement. Mazur's winning the engagement because
another ensnare, but ensnare's not even helping him because the zealots are just so fast anyway, and they're so beefy. And this Archon again taking so many hits. Another ensnare goes down. There's still a DT. Look how slow it's running.
And the last DT is gonna fall. Mazur's at 14 supply. Mazur's gonna be at 12 supply. He's at 12 supply. GG.
He was even trying to distance mine from the 9 o'clock again at the end, but he just didn't have any probes left. Such an amazing game from both sides. Queens showing their weight in gold, and Archons and upgrades showing how powerful they make this, the Protoss army. Man, that was crazy.
What an absolutely insane game that was. And wait, so that means we're 1-1.
Game 3. Yeah, game 3 now. We're going into game 3.
Oh my god, guys, I told you, Drone versus Mazur would give us good games. These guys are absolutely nuts. I can't believe Drone almost threw the game there by just going Mass Queen.